I don't know if y'all gonna be lucky enough to see them, but we got the prettiest little parakeet birds. I think they're parakeets flying in these little trees right here. They are so beautiful. I saw one. He was all green and yellow. There you go. See a little bitty one flying right there. There might be a little gray sparrow flying with him. He's right over here. All of them are little birds like sparrow size. There's like about, I don't know, at least 8, 12 of them. Oh, must have flew out that way. Oh, that's a moth over there. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. It's my girlfriend. She didn't know I was live, so I told her, I was live streaming. No big deal. Uh, got to talk to her quite a bit a little bit earlier, so that was cool. All right, there goes one of them Texas black eagles right there, otherwise known as the Texas Vulture. Do you see that one? You're not going to see it any closer than that. That some bitch came right directly over the house. Oh, he's invisible. You can't see him, right? Look at him. He's sitting right there in our backyard. Hope he goes down, makes a kill, comes back up with a rabbit or something. God, those things fly fast. He thought about going down over there. Yeah, he's floated off now. He floated off. Pretty cool, man. Got some cool birds out here flying. There was a bunch of little bitty ones in the trees right here next to me, but I don't think y'all got to see any of those. Little parakeets, and I think they were having sex with the sparrows or something. I don't know. I saw a little sparrow fly by, a little green and yellow looking parakeets. Very, very pretty birds. And I'm not sure, but I think one of them might have been the all yellow little Tweety bird looking bird. I don't know what they're called. The fucking yellow sparrow. That's what we call all the little birds, right? Sparrows, even though they're not all sparrows. So what's going on out there today? Man, I slept into about, I don't know, 11:30, 12 o'clock noon. Fuck, I got to get sleep though. Man, I mean, I got to get sleep. Really get sleep. So I'm always on the lookout for these birds, man. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool. I just don't know where they're at. These birds that got all the other big birds scared off, or we have a junior golden eagle here. I was live streaming yesterday, and he literally flew in and stole a kill that a kite bird made right back here. He took it right out of his damn mouth and then turned around and flew back that way. I didn't know what it was because I'd never seen a golden eagle that young. So I didn't know what they looked like. I had no idea what kind of bird it was. I'm about 90. There's a big one right there. Look. Oh, look at that. It's a big female vulture. Oh, she went down. No, there she is. She's over there. See how big they are? They're pretty big. She's probably about 13 plus foot wingtip to wingtip. There she goes. That's a big one. God dang. Biggest one I've seen yet, I think. Pretty big one there. Most of the ones you see are the males out hunting, and they don't get that big. They get about 11 and a half, 12 feet wingtip to wingtip, but that one there was bigger than that because you can measure right here. Look at the back of this outback little camper right here, and it's 12 feet wide. Like if you look at the very top of it from tip to tip, that's 12 feet wide. So it's a good reference when you got birds up here flying. How big are they? If they come in close enough, you can get a good judgment of how big they are. That one there was every bit of that and then some, probably, right? So that's how I know how big they are. You get one that big, it's a big bird. All the hawks are a medium-sized bird. Even if you see a large one that's like 11 and a half foot wingtip to wingtip. Very, very few female hawks reach a 12-foot wingspan, wingtip to wingtip. Very few. Like you'd probably be, like once in 3 years you might see one, unless you got one living in your area. So they just don't get that big. Generally, the ones I see here are anywhere from 9 feet to about maybe 11 feet at the most. Even 11 foot would be big. Usually it's about 10, 10 and a half feet, 9 and a half, 10 and a half feet. Anything over that is probably an eagle. It's not always an eagle, but there's a good chance it's an eagle. And the one I seen yesterday, I had no idea what it was. I'd never seen a bird literally scoop down and take the food out of another fucking bird's mouth and then just fly off with it. That's the first fucking time I ever seen that in my life. And then we got to see the kite do a dive right out here in the field, like not even that far out there, not even halfway out, maybe a third of the way out, just straight down. So I'm hoping that white kite will be out here hunting again today. That would be really cool. And but that poor little kite, he killed like a field rat or a small rabbit or something. I don't know. And that fucking you might call him a teenage golden eagle. He flew right back into that tree line, and you could see him right behind the tree line if you go rewatch it. He stole that fucking bird's fucking kill and just turned around, flew right off with it like it wasn't nothing. I mean, what are you gonna do? You got a little tiny ass kite bird, and then you got this big ass fucking golden eagle that's 13 foot wingtip to wingtip, and then you got this little fucking kite. I mean, he ain't but what? He may be 3.5 feet at biggest, wingtip to wingtip. He ain't doing shit. That's the law of the fucking wild, baby. I mean, the bigger dude comes in and takes your shit, you just sit there and watch him because you're not gonna do nothing about it. And but the kites they make a lot of kills. Apparently, I was doing a little reading on them. They kill. They're a very efficient little killer, and they hunt low to the ground. They don't hunt like way up there. They hunt fairly low to the ground in comparison. That black eagle vulture you just saw, they hunt from a good height, a good elevation. So when they swoop down on something, they just swoop right down on it. There's no hesitation. And, towards the last moment, if they can't get it, they fly right back out of it. And it's no big deal. They just keep flying till they find something else to go after. But it's pretty cool to know that somewhere back on this side of the house over here, somewhere out this way, there's a junior golden eagle flying around here. That is really special because that means As the year goes on, there's a real good possibility we'll get to see him grow. And and I don't think he was 13 feet, but he was every bit of 12 feet. He was a big son of a bitch. And even at 13 feet, he's still a young, very young golden eagle. I mean, the golden eagles, they get 16. The females get up around 18. They've been recorded, I think, 18 and a half feet wingtip to wingtip. Now, it's not as big as a California condor. They got one out there that's about 23 feet right now, wingtip to wingtip. She's expected to go for the record of 24 foot. She's a huge giant. Oh, there's one way up there. And there's two of them actually. You probably can't see the other one, but there's two of them flying, two of the black eagles. And that's how high they hunt from. They are a little bit lower. And when they find something, they just swoop right down and get it. But they're traveling. Them ones there, he's a little bit higher than them actually, but they're just going that way. They're probably going to do a gathering sex orgy. These are orgy birds, like a blackbirds. The blackbirds get together, it'll be thousands, like 100,000 of them, right? All gathered, flying out there, and it's like a bee swarm or something. And they got all the different flying like that, right? Different formations. Well, these birds are the same way. They get together in a large grouping of birds, and they just have a big fucking orgy. And kind of pick out who the big bird gets to, sex with whoever the fuck he wants, and then, pecking order. Works its way down. But it's pretty cool. I'm just be sitting there watching these birds, yellow birds, parakeets. I haven't seen a lot of parakeets here. There's supposed to be quite a bit of them here, but right here where I'm at, like today's the first time I've seen like a couple of parakeets fly by. I mean, I've seen them, but kind of at a distance. That's the closest I've been to them. So hopefully they'll fly back over here into these little clump of trees. Now we could catch them on live stream. But I look very, very much forward to watching that golden eagle grow up because he'll learn to hunt here. He already knows how to steal food. Fuck. I mean, there is not a fucking bird that will be in this area that he won't be able to steal their food, except for another golden eagle, unless there's California condor comes flying through here or something, which I don't think we'll ever see one of those again. I only seen that one time, and he was way the fuck in the air, and he was scooping down on these fucking Texas vultures, not the black ones, the regular ones you normally see, and they spread out and left out, and he came down about their level, and he was easily twice as big as they were. Easy. He was huge, fucking giant. So the reports of people seeing the California condor here in Texas are accurate. We do have them here. I don't know if they live around here or what, but I seen one fucking time and got him on a live stream. And that was the same fucking live stream that we saw a family of golden eagles getting the fuck out of here. It was the mama, the male, and the junior, and they were flying way the fuck up there and getting the hell out of here. Because they're not going to take on a bird that fucking big. They're just not going to, unless they really had to. It would have to be a humongous male to think about it. And if the condor's a female, he's not going to fuck with her. In bird world, the females rule, not the males. But the males do most of the hunting, so they're very capable. It's just a matter of size. If they're flying through the air fighting, he can't reach her like she can reach him because she's a lot bigger than him. So it would have to be actually a really abnormally huge condor to be able to take a golden eagle to take one of them on. You would have to have a 19-foot wingtip to wingtip golden eagle to take on a condor. A male condor? Oh yeah. A female take one of them on, but not a female condor. No fucking way. A female condor flies wherever the fuck she flies, she owns that fucking space. That's all there is to it. They got long necks, humongous beaks. I mean, fuck. You golden eagles are basically just going to get the fuck out of the area, pretty much. they would be hard pressed. Now, if you got one of them into a area where there's a lot of golden eagles, then the golden eagles will gang up on it and kill it. But we don't have that scenario here. There are golden eagles that live here, but they live in little family clumps. It's not like where they're massed at or anything like that. But the golden eagles pretty much rule this part of Texas. I mean, they do. You get them in a grouping, and I don't give a fuck what kind of bird flies into their area, they'll kill it. It's just simple as that. Condor, fucking another eagle, it don't make a fuck. You get 3 of them fucking bitches on your ass, and you're a 21-foot condor. They're gonna kill that fucking condor. It don't matter if all of the fucking golden eagles are only 18-foot wingspan, wingtip to wingtip. They'll kill that fucking condor. No question about that. But you get a family where you got one big golden eagle, and she wasn't even that big. She was only like about maybe 16, 17 foot wingtip to wingtip at the most. I think she's about 16 and a half, a little bit more maybe. But she's not going to take on that fucking condor. That condor is goddamn 20-foot wingspan. So you're talking a good 4-foot advantage in favor of the California condor. 4 foot is a big, huge difference. So one good-sized golden eagle is just not going to take that bird on. But now you get that bird into an area where you got like 20 or 30 fucking golden eagles live in that area. Oh, well, then it's a different fucking story, see. Then you got gang rules. Gang rules apply very heavy in the birds or the avian world. I've seen, like, scissor tails around here, they hunt blackbirds, for example. They're half the size of the blackbird. There's no way one-on-one they can kill that blackbird. If they're both on a telephone wire, the blackbird's going to win. Period. But they don't fight them like that. They send out signals, and one might be over there, another one over there, another one over there, another one over there. And then maybe another one will swoop down on it and peck at it or get close to it and piss that blackbird off, and he'll take off after that little fucking bird. Well, he's got 4 of them on his fucking ass. And they just take turns flying side, kind of at an angle to his back, and they aim for the back of his neck, and they pow, real quick, and they just keep flying. Another one will come in the other direction, pow, hit him again. Another one, pow, pow, pow. About 5 of them fucking hits or more, and the blackbird falls to the ground. And I've seen it many a times since I've been down here now in the past 5 years. So a bird does not have to be the same size as another bird to take them out. It's just sometimes they might need a few buddies to help them out. That's all. And I've even seen one fucking scissor tail go in to make that peck, and that blackbird turn around and grab him by the fucking neck, break his neck, and just let go, and he dropped to the ground. So it's not guaranteed because you're in a gang, you're going to win that fight every time. But there's one right there. These are super, super aggressive birds right here. Look at it, flying right around the backyard, just happy-go-lucky. He's absolutely hunting at that height right there. That's the height they hunt from. So we got the Texas black vulture hunting right here in my backyard. That's cool. He'll be out of here in no time. He don't find nothing here to kill. Oh, there's a little doggy. I've got a good bonfire fixed to go down out there. Look at all that wood piled up over the new bonfire place right there. We're gonna have to carry the fucking water hose. We're gonna have to connect these water hoses and run them down there. Let's get a good rain one night, and the next day we can start that bonfire up, and don't have to worry about it burning the grass or nothing. Well, that's interesting to know. The little parakeets seem to come in after the black vultures. Black vulture's a small eagle. Like they're a large bird, but they're in a small side of that. Like a golden eagle's easily 16 foot wingtip to wingtip. That's a large bird. That's the biggest eagle that in the United States, for that matter, is the golden eagle. Whatever size it's at up there is the biggest bird. And then you got like your bald eagles. They get pretty fucking big. Bald eagles, 14, 15. They've even had some around 16 foot, female ones. But you're hard pressed. You're never going to see one 16 foot. I'll put it that way. If you see one 16 foot, you is a lucky motherfucker. Generally, you're going to see them around 14, 15 foot at the most. The female will be 15 foot. The males won't. Some of the males will be 13 and a half, 14 and a half. So right around 14 foot. Some of them get around 15 foot. And some of the females do reach over 16 foot. That is true. I'm not going to argue that point. But you're just not going to see them that often. That's all I'm telling you. And like I see them occasionally. I'm not going to lie. I've seen some huge fucking birds. I didn't know they got that goddamn big. I really didn't. Like seeing them and actually reading about them is two different things. Two different fucking things. But then you got your smaller fucking eagles, and we got little eagles that I don't know if they ever even fucking you can read about. You actually got to go look them up. But like if you Google eagles, Rio Grande Valley, Texas, you're never gonna see these fucking birds mentioned online. Never. You got to go down to the fucking library and look them up. But we do have eagles down here that got like a 3 foot fucking wingspan. They're small. Look at that. I don't know if you saw it. Some birds just flew into that palm tree there. So it's either going to be an eagle or a hawk. It could be a falcon, but it's doubtful. Oh, there's a hawk. There's a hawk. There's a hawk. That's a badass hawk right there. I think that is a Harris hawk. Could be a Cooper's hawk. They look so much alike. And at that distance, I'm not sure. He just flew into that palm tree over there. So I believe they're probably two hawks. Probably hawk. That's a hawk. I don't know about that one. That one's a hawk. If it's a Harris hawk, we ain't got to worry about no snakes around here. He'll kill the motherfuckers. You'd be hard pressed to find a snake around here. But there are snakes here, but generally non-poisonous ones. Them birds kill fucking snakes. Either one of them. It doesn't matter if it's the Cooper hawk or the Harris hawk. I think that might be the Cooper hawk more than I think about it because he wasn't that big. The Harris hawk is bigger. And but the coloring on it tells me it's a Harris hawk. But I wasn't sure. I didn't see it that long. I'm going to have to get a better look. But that was fucking cool. Either one of those birds. If I could see either one of them fly through here, I'm happy. I'm glad to know they got a nest in that bird, though. And that explains why I'm starting to see them a little bit more often. They're building a nice little nest in that palm tree up there. How cool is that? Yeah, it's pretty cool. But what I was talking about is the black eagle, which is a vulture. It's a Texas bird, predominantly. Those birds only get around fucking 12 feet and up. They're not a big bird. I mean, they are a big bird. They're bigger than a fucking hawk. You're never going to find a hawk that big. They're about 2 feet. They got about an average 2 feet advantage on a hawk. Maybe a foot and a half sometimes. But it's easy to see one of those blackbirds have a 3 foot size advantage on a large hawk. So hawks, you're not gonna see no fucking hawk. You don't see any fucking like all through the year. I'll be showing you all these fucking hawks flying at a good height, right? You're not gonna see that right now. There's no fucking way those hawks are coming in here in mass quantity because they got those. The larger hawks have to get up height to hunt. That's why. And they cannot be caught in the air like that with these black vultures flying around because black vulture will swoop down there and kill a sumbitch. That's just simple as that. They'll hunt a motherfucker down and kill it in its nest and kill all its fucking eggs or young ones. Those black vultures are mean. They're very mean, very vicious. Birds better be glad they prefer varmints over anything else. And but they are very aggressive. So that's why you see that kind of hawk flying right now. The Harris hawk, Cooper hawks, and the smaller hawks down from the Cooper's hawks. We see a lot of those owls. Probably be more pressed to see an owl. You're not going to see any large birds flying up here with that bird up there, except for the golden eagle. That junior golden eagle, he don't give a fuck. He'll kill them motherfuckers 3 at a time. Fifi. Where you going, Fifi? Where you going, little baby? Huh? You can come say hi. Come say hi, baby. Oh, she's such a good girl. Fifi. She's okay. It don't matter. You can go in. Go in. Go, Fifi. Go. 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 There she goes. She's getting spoiled. Yeah. That's those people's bird. They rent here too. And I mean dog. That's their little dog. But little dog loves me, so what do you expect? But now I want to hang out here with T-Bob. He's cool. He sneaks me little treats and pets me and spoils me. I get onto her too. When I first met this little fucking dog, she was taking a shit right here or right here all the time. And I caught her doing it one day, and I got onto her. I wouldn't let her go back in. I kept her out here, and I was telling her no, no, no. And ever since that day, she's more further out that way, taking her shits out back here in the grass. She don't take them over here. And she was wiping her ass all on this concrete. I had to clean that shit off with that fucking water hose. So I caught her doing that one day, and I got onto her. And that dog was scared of me at first. Didn't want nothing to do with me. And now she just loves me to death. But she knows that I'm gonna get onto her if she does something wrong. It's the way you word it. All you gotta do is no. And she knows, you get onto her so she don't do it again. Look at that down there in the grass. See if y'all can zoom in on that little bird. That is one of those Mexican birds. I forget what they're called. They're like a dove. If you want to see what it is, Google like Mexican or South American, either one, game bird. And this bird will come up. That's what that is down there. You don't see a lot of them up here. Right here is about as far north as you're ever going to see these birds. I think they're more beautiful than the dove, beyond a doubt. Very beautiful little bird. They're not quite as big as a dove, but they are a game bird. They do hunt those birds south of the border, and even here they will hunt them. But they are a game bird. But most people don't, because there's just not a lot of them around. Feeding by itself right out there in the grass. That's fucking weird. The most time I see these birds, I see them when they perch up here, like on the top of the roof of the house or something. I've even seen them land on the camper, or in the tree out here, like they'll land in the tree, little trees. But to see one down on the ground feeding like that, you see them do that sometimes. It's just rare. That's all. It's just rare. Yeah, and I think it's because there'll be a lot of blackbirds or herons down there on the ground feeding, and they don't want to be around those kind of birds. So they're more of a loner bird. They want to be away from that bird. Look at him run. He's running like a road runner. I don't even know if y'all can see it on the. I know you can see something moving, little dot. You really got to zoom in on him. See a little green patch, real green patch in the grass down there? He's right on this side of it. I don't know what he's eating, but hey, more power to him, right? It's pretty cool, huh? But yeah, we get all kinds of rare birds fly through here sometimes. I only went live stream because I saw these parakeets flying over here, and they flew back off that way. I never got to get them in the live stream. Just saw one little sparrow-looking bird that was flying around with them. They interbreed a lot. Those little small birds like that. Parakeets and sparrows have been known to interbreed quite a bit, and they produce a very green bird. If you see like a flock of green parakeets flying or sparrows flying through the air, they're a crossbreed between a parakeet and a sparrow. They got a lot of those in the DFW area, believe it or not. People let their parakeets go, or they escape out of the cage and they breed with the sparrow, and you got a whole family of little green birds flying around, little green sparrows. I believe they've even created a new breed with that, because they've been seeing a lot of those around, especially around the Dallas area. But around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, they claim that there's like flocks of those things flying around. I've only seen them a few times, so I can't claim that personally. But you never know, right? When you just see a bird, oh look, there he is, there he is, there he is. What is that? That's a Cooper's hawk. I'm gonna say it's a Cooper's hawk. Pretty sure it's a Cooper's hawk. It's hard with the Coopers. They got 4 different body colors on their body. I'm trying to tell you, is that a Cooper's hawk or a Harris? I don't know. He's got fat wings like a Harris hawk. It's got to be a Harris hawk. He's not a very big Harris hawk. It's got to be a Harris hawk. Cooper's hawk don't have the long wings on it like these birds, like the Harris bird. Yeah, it's a Harris. I'm sorry, that's a Harris bird. He's got the tail of the Harris and all of that. Yeah, took me a while. At this distance, it's hard to fucking tell what the fuck you're looking at sometimes. But he's just a hawk. He's a badass little hawk. If he sees a snake down there, he'll go get it. You might get to see that little bastard fly up with a snake, like a snake 4 times the wingspan of his wings. And he don't give a fuck. He'll go down there and kill it, eat it, fly off with the rest of it. He's hunting though. Look at him circling. He's absolutely hunting right here by his nest. Oh, he went out that way a little bit. Come back this way, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come back this way, buddy. He's way over there. Way over there. He's hunting right on top of those houses over there. He's going to end up flying across the main street out there and flying probably into that field looking for shit to eat. Well, that's pretty cool to know we got a Harris hawk around here. I mean, I like those hawks because they're like the #1 snake killing bird on the planet kind of bird. I don't know if they're #1, but they kill a lot of snakes, those birds, and they don't care if they're poisonous or not. Now, way the fuck up there, I see a little dot flying. You're not gonna see it, but he's up there, went into the clouds. So some kind of bird migrating, probably an eagle. Probably a golden eagle at that. But yeah, he's gone now. Y'all not gonna see it. I can see him, but I don't think y'all can see him when they get turned to a little small dot like that in the air. How cool is that, man? We got a Harris hawk, got a nest out here. But I've seen a lot of Harris hawks out here. I've only seen the Cooper's hawk maybe 3 or 4 times in the 2.5 years that I've been living right here. They're just not that. You don't see a lot of Cooper's hawks flying around here. And if you do see them sometimes, you don't know if you're looking at them half the time because they come in 4 different predominant colors, like, and you can see a black one and you won't even know it's a Cooper's Hawk because it'll look like a falcon, the way that their wings are shaped. The Harris Hawk has fatter wings, and it serves them really good if they're on the ground and they got to fight with an animal or something, because they'll spread those wings and they can do a hop using their wings to hop at something and peck it right on the top of the head, and that includes snakes. And they're a very aggressive little bird, but they do got the bigger wing like that. Sometimes it's very confusing what kind of bird you're looking at. And I'm a bird watcher, but I'm not no fucking bird expert or nothing. So it took me a while to identify that bird. And until I saw the tail, once I saw the tail, that's all I needed to see. Harris Hawks have a pretty distinctive pattern to their feathers, and compared to a Cooper's Hawk. But some of the Cooper's Hawks are easily mistaken for a Harris Hawk. That's why. And the ones that we have here predominantly are the ones that look a lot like that bird. So until you start seeing specific identifying marks on the bird, you can't tell what kind of bird they are 100%. I thought it was a Cooper's Hawk, but there's no way that's a Cooper's Hawk. But he's not that big, was he? He's a medium-sized bird. I mean, that bird there will probably kill most owls, but not all owls. Some of the owls will whoop that bird's fucking ass, believe it or not. And not in the air, but if it were to land on a branch where an owl was nested, the owl would kill that fucking bird. He'll fly out, boom, cave that motherfucker in, and it'd be all over. But a hawk has a longer neck and a pretty good sized beak, so if he catches them flying, he'll kill the owl. It don't matter what kind of owl it is. An owl is no good in the air. An owl is a bird that absolutely stays at tree level and wants to kill at tree level or lower. You're just not going to see them fighting in the air. That's one bird that will no good at fighting air-to-air combat. And despite popular belief, I don't give a fuck what you read. 90% of all of the eagle fights that I've seen here were in the air. In the air. They're predominantly, I don't give a fuck who you talk to. You bring them right here where I live and I'll make them look fucking stupid if they think that eagles predominantly kill on the ground. That's absolute bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. The eagles predominantly, from what I see, kill in the air. They might go down to the ground to finish them off, maybe, but they will kill them in the air. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Hawks do most of their hunting, and eagles too, on the ground. That's true. So most of their kills may be on the ground, but when it comes to killing other birds, it's in the air. Not on the ground. They will swoop down and take them out of off a branch, though. I mean, I've seen that, and I've even seen one in the middle of the night, believe it or not, where one got one out of its nest or its tree branch where it was perched, and they flew off through the air right here very close, and that eagle ended up killing that fucking hawk on the side of the house. Either it was a hawk or a falcon that it killed. But it was in the middle of the night. I couldn't tell what kind of birds they were, except for I think it was one of those white, a white eagle was being killed by a much bigger eagle. That's what I think. But I don't know. It's so dark. It's fucking hard to tell. But it was definitely probably one of these black vulture eagles. The bird that was doing the killing and the attacking was way too big to be a hawk. He was way too big. He was at least, shit, man, 14 plus foot wingspan, wingtip to wingtip. So there's no way it was a hawk. But the one that he was killing, I don't know. It could have been It was too big to be the white falcon, but so I was thinking it's probably either the white eagle, but we do have those here, and there's a white hawk that it could have been, but I don't think it was the white hawk. I think they're smaller than that bird. So, but again, they were flying, fighting. See, one trying to escape and the one doing the attacking. So I've heard that. I've heard a lot of people say eagles predominantly go after all of their kills are on the ground, like 99% of their kills. And I'm telling you, that's absolute bullshit. Predominantly, well, yeah, if they're killing a ground-based animal like a rabbit or, most of what they eat on the ground. But when they go after other birds, it's in the air, 90 plus, probably 98% of the time. All of those fights are going to take place in the air. Definitely over 90%. Definitely over 90%. But I think it makes sense because if two birds are fighting, they're going to be flying, right? One's going to be flying to get the fuck out of there, and the other one's going to be flying to catch up to it and kill it. So I think that just makes a lot of common sense. Now, if a bird's attacking a ground animal, well, that's never going to take place on the fucking in the air. That is a woodpecker you don't see here a lot that just flew by. That's a woodpecker. Only the woodpeckers and only the woodpeckers have that flight pattern. And I don't know why, but they do. There is the mud bird. Some of those mud birds, I call them mud birds. I don't know what they're called. They have a similar flight pattern, but nothing like that. And so when you see a woodpecker flying, you can always tell it's a woodpecker just by the way that they fly. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what kind of bird that is. Just flew into the tree. Some kind of common bird that flies around a lot, though. At least I know it's not a blackbird. I just don't know what it is. It looks a little gray on the belly and darker brown on the back of the wings, which is a common color pattern, right? Especially with smaller birds. So I mean, that could be anywhere of 20 different birds. I just don't have no idea what it is. And it being way the fuck out there, unless I walk right up to it, I'm not going to be able to identify that bird. Don't. He's a chirping little bird, ain't he? Chirp, 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 chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Here's something else. You hear that? It goes. Something that's in trees behind these trees out that way, right there. Look at that big jet flying, boy. That's a big old jet. Makes you wonder if it's a passenger or something delivering packages, like somebody importing a lot of shit. Definitely coming in and land at this airport out here. So, bunch of illegals, man. Illegals in the boxes. Open the boxes. Deport the motherfuckers. I'm just kidding. Oh, shit. We get a lot of illegals across the border down here, but right here where I live, they generally go around. But they do come up to Main Street. Like if you go down there it's like, I don't know, we're about 5 miles from the main city area down here in Palmhurst. They do come in through there quite often. But it's generally, we don't have a lot of problem with that here. Over that way now, you go that way about, I don't know, 10 miles or so, you're going to have a lot of illegals go through Edinburgh. You're more pressed to see a lot of illegal people in the country over in Edinburgh or further west of here. But just right here, they kind of predominantly go around this area. And I don't know why, except for I think where they cross, it's not a good area to cross just directly south of here. And we have a lot of national and state parks down here. So, you know, they get caught when they come through those parks a lot because the game people down there, they're going to call the state, and the state will come out and round them up. So I think that's why. No birds really flying right now. Pretty cool little cloud formation over there. That's another thing about living down here. The cloud formations are pretty cool, you know. And you get to see a lot of different elevation in the clouds even. I like that. I think that's pretty freaking cool. Well, I don't see a lot of birds flying right now. If I do, I'll go live. So I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna back out and say hi to Lulu or whatever. Some of you people's crazy, man. That's all I got to say to you. You lost your damn marbles, man. What's wrong with you? Oh, California, boy, I tell you, if some country nuked California and I was president, I would say thank you. I wouldn't even go to war with them. I'd just say thank you. No, I'm just kidding. But I swear, California is a shithole. And if anybody's going on vacation to the United States, do not go to California or Oregon. And do not go to New York City. Even people from America that are on sailboats, they never go to New York City. It's a complete shithole. And that's all I can tell you about that. Don't go to Houston. Definitely don't go to Austin. And there's a bunch of other cities you don't want to go to. But stay the fuck out of California and you'll be okay. I'll catch you on the next go round.